Well, that was just one of those games that could happen to anybody, and I feel bad for Oklahoma that it happened to them in the Final Four. I'm happy we had one of those games. We just make every shot. We had end the shot clock shots. We just threw up and went in. Kind of similar to our game in Hawaii against Oklahoma. They made everything. We couldn't make anything. So it was just simply one of those nights. We were very dialed in defensively. We did a great job, but they're a great team. Buddy Hield, I think, and all of their seniors, Spangler, Woodard, those guys represent college basketball extremely well all through the season. And we really have great respect for them, and we're really continuing to be dialed in and try to get one more on Monday night.
We'll take questions now first for the student athletes only, and we have one down in the front. We're going to go straight to Zach from SI for Kids.
This is for Josh. Coach Wright talks a lot about attitude. How is your state of mind coming into tonight's game different from other games in the tournament?
I wouldn't say it was really different. We were just so locked in defensively, locked into the scout report. I think that's just the mindset that we came in with. Obviously we love when we can hit shots, but this program is really built on just dialing defensively, being tough. I think there was one play in the first half when Cousins hit a bank three, and that's when attitude comes into play, and not being rattled and just when things like that happen, just look at your brother in the eye and just say attitude and just continue to be locked in.
Continuing with questions for the student athletes only, right down in the front and the center.
Ruben Frank, Comcast Sportsnet. For Arch and Josh, you talked about how you really hadn't gotten to a rhythm offensively in quite a while. When did you realize you were in a rhythm today, and what was it like to go with it? And for Arch, how much did he kind of set the tone early when it was still a close game with what he was doing?
We'll ask Ryan to take that first, then Josh, the last two parts.
Yeah, Josh is always aggressive, and I didn't even realize he wasn't shooting the ball well, but because he just defends and he rebounds so well, and he got it out in transition, and he stayed aggressive, and that's the best thing for us, for him to stay aggressive even if he's not making shots.
Josh.
And just for me, I wouldn't say it's easy, but when you have guys like Chris Jenkins, Ryan Arcidiacono, Daniel Chafu, who could go off any night. Even other guys, Jalen Brunson, Phil Booth, Mikal Bridges, had big nights. So when they're aggressive, it helps me. It helps with driving lanes. I was able to get a couple shots to fall, and when that happened, I was able to kick out a little bit, get guys shots. So I definitely wanted to come in being aggressive and just trying to make the right play.
Next question's up front for Jenny.
Hey guys, Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoma, and I'll ask Josh and Ryan, talk a little about your defense on Buddy. He said you guys threw a lot of different guys at him, up in him. He's obviously seen tons of different defenses, though. Do you feel like he was off tonight? Your defense? Was your offense your best defense, just building that lead and kind of keeping him down? What do you guys think led to his performance tonight?
And we'll ask Ryan to take that first, and then Josh.
We were watching on film how good Buddy is, and we know if he was he would make and take tough shots. So we just try to keep fresh bodies on him and just make him take tough contested shots. And it just happened that he didn't make them tonight, but we've seen him when he's knocking them down from everywhere.
And Josh?
It wasn't just one guy that was on him. We threw a lot of guys at him. Ryan was on him at a certain point. Mikal Bridges was on him. Phil Booth was on him. We were just so dialed in to not letting him get threes off. Like Ryan said, he can make tough shots. So it was about the guy on the ball, but also the guys behind him, ready to step up, ready to help him out. I know one play. I was up in him in the first half. He drove. Chris Jenkins stepped up and took a charge. It was just being dialed in, being ready to step up for you, for your brother out there. And that's just really, kind of what we did, just being dialed in and ready to step up for each other.
Continuing with questions for the student athletes only, toward the back of the room, just to the right of the aisle.
Jerry Lee Woodley, Jr., The College Sports Report. Josh, just talk about, if you can, remembering your first game against Oklahoma, defensively, what did you all see and corrected today?
That was a tough game. That was, early in the season we had, we were a young team. Me and Chris were starting for the first time. Guys like Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges were playing their first ever college basketball games. So we didn't have our habits, as instilled as we do now. Today we were just so dialed in. We saw what they did to us, in Pearl Harbor, and we were just so dialed in defensively, ready to step up for each other. I think that's really what we did. We were just so dialed in mentally.
We have time for a few more questions for the student athletes. Let's go to Nancy.
Nancy Armour, USA Today Sports. Josh, following up on that, Jay has talked all week about learning the lessons from 2009 and making sure you guys stayed focused and came in prepared. How conscious were you guys, and how difficult was it to keep that in mind tonight when you come out? You see the vice president here, place is full.
Oh, I didn't know he was here. But it definitely was difficult. But when you have a coach who's been here, when he talks to us, he just tells us all the things that he remembers, going on, things he wish he could have did differently, if he ever got back here. So when you have a coach who's been through it, it all trickles down from him. We have 5 great seniors who, the whole week were just focused on, Villanova basketball, being dialed in, and playing, Villanova basketball for 40 minutes. So, obviously it was difficult, with a lot of the distractions, but when you have a head coach and you have, the leadership that this team has, we were able to just keep everybody focused.
2 more questions for Villanova student athletes. John?
Excuse me. Could all 3 of you players, if I can call them players, talk about the length of the court pass that you, Chris, threw coming out of the TV timeout? I'm assuming Jay called it in the huddle. Does the play have a name? And when you guys, do you call it something other than length of the court pass?
We'll ask Ryan to take that first, then Josh, then Chris.
Also your emotional reaction to Mikal catching it and dunking it the way he did.
And again, Ryan's going to start things off for us.
That was just a good pass, and Mikal was able to finish it.
Josh?
Yeah, it was just a great read by Mikal. Chris threw a great pass. I didn't even see it. I was, I went out the game and I was getting stretched, so I didn't even see it happen. I saw the replay. It was just, those guys just make great plays.
Chris?
Yeah, Mikal just made a great play. I threw him the ball. He went up and got it and was able to finish the play.
Grab the microphone, John.
It wasn't a call play. It was just a read by you guys?
Ryan?
Yep.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Final question for the student athletes from Villanova is going to go to Howie, to the left of the aisle toward the back. Get the microphone to Howie, please. Thank you.
Howie Gasoy, New York Post. Chris, I saw you looking down at the box score a lot. When you see the numbers that you guys have put up, just what is your reaction to that?
Well, I was looking at what they shot from the field and, how dialed in we were defensively, because last time we played them, they were able to score easily. So we made this game real tough on them, and we executed our game plan.